Yeah, Republicans, it's the gun. Of course, it's the guns. You're insulting people's intelligence when you claim that it isn't the gun. You're trying to gaslight all of us into imagining we're not seeing what we're seeing, that our faculties are not fully intact, that our minds are somehow clouded and unstable to grasp the reality that's in front of us. But we see you clearly. All you're doing when you rush to throw the blame on everything else, whether it be cars or video games or anything else, when you rush to blame everything and everywhere else for the daily massacres that we're witnessing in America, except on guns, is exposing yourselves, tipping your hand, and showing us who you are. You're telling us that you're telling us you know it's the guns by going to such ridiculous lengths to prove that it's not, by flatly refusing to even consider it, by taking nonsensical tangents about video games and cars and mental illness and the internet. You protest too much when it comes to gun violence. Rational, reasonable people are able to admit that there are all sorts of factors contributing to the U.S. strategic gun homicide rates. We know that depression matters. We know that addiction matters. We know that the culture of violence does matter. We know that toxic misogyny matters. We know that institutional racism matters. We know that incendiary politicians matter. We know that the person's upbringing matters. That extremist religious views matter. And we believe in addressing all of those areas, both personally and legislatively when possible. But we damn well know that the gun matters the most. Because the guns are the preferred method of choice when unwell, unstable, angry people want to murder as many people as possible. When it comes to easily accessible instruments of rapid carnage, it is the gun by an American country mile. It's not just guns, but everything around them. The glorification of guns, whether it be in media or politicians. The evasive and deep-pocketed gun lobby, the grocery magazine shelf commandeering everything else, an entire political party in bed with the NRA, the availability of assault weapons, the general proliferation of handguns, but yeah, it's the guns. We understand that entertaining these the realities is problematic for you because it will do something to you that we have a hard time with. It will show you your culpability about all of this. It will be a mirror to your policies and your wannabe dictator president, Donald Trump, and your prejudices against people of color. It will present you with choices at the polls and challenge your heart and soul and your alterations and your allegiances that you may not want to change. To face the reality of our gun problem, you'll have to admit that you are the problem too. You'll be forced to connect the dots between guns and your white theology, guns and nationalism, guns and Islamophobia, guns and white supremacy, guns and your resentment of foreigners, guns and the people who so often shoot strangers in a shopping mall, in a school, in a theater, in a concert, in a store, guns and you. Every nation in the world has mental illness, racism, nationalism, but they are not seeing the bloodshed that the United States of America is seeing on a nearly weekly basis. And we can't ignore the fact that we have more guns per capita than anywhere else in the civilized world. And this isn't immaterial, as the rising body count is happening more here in the United States. 18 years ago, we had a single shoe bomber who didn't kill a single human being, and in that one event, completely altered airport screening for the entire nation. We changed protocols and made changes, and we inconvenienced millions of people, if not more. And some of you are grudgingly willing to abide all that because the how of murder matters, and you know it. And there is no greater how in the bloody mess we are seeing in our schools, in our streets, in our neighborhoods, in our churches, in our theaters, in our gyms, and everywhere else that people should go peacefully than guns. You can deny it, you can hide it, and you can refuse to acknowledge it and try to distract from it. But that's the simple truth. Yeah, Republicans, it's the gun. And if you won't admit this, and you will not commit to do anything about it, then yeah, it's definitely you too.